All right. After an emotional, dominating victory versus UL Lafayette and the Raging Cajuns, Baptiste is back in Week 6, where he looks to keep the positive momentum going. Many are talking about Baptiste's offensive showing in the last game. Obviously, he came in with a lot of hype of his offense, was known as an offensive guy, and the first couple of games, it wasn't panning out a lot. It wasn't playing out too well, but last game he put up 70 points, and he let his running back go crazy, as everybody can see right here. Is 243 yards, 6 touchdowns, as if you needed a reminder. But they're 2-3 currently, looking to continue the positive momentum as he's going to start off with the run play. Backups in to start, and he gets the first down a little bit more. Owens is still dealing with the nagging injuries. Baptiste has tried to limit him in practice this week, but he's going to come out every single time he can. Somehow Cobb breaks loose and gets a touchdown. Centennial Bank Stadium, not very full right now, but soon enough, the Arkansas State Red Wolves will not be losing 3 games in a season. They'll be one of the best in the conference, and Baptiste is still looking to accomplish that this year. He's going to get his first shot here out of the backfield as the Red Wolves are backed up towards their own end zone. Clay is going to get his first looks, gets a couple more yards. In the last week or so, the defensive coordinator and Baptiste have started to see a little bit more eye to eye. Early, Baptiste was underperforming, and the defensive coordinator couldn't understand why there was so much backing behind Baptiste. His team, his side of the ball wasn't performing as well as his and XYZ. But showdown the past week, he was able to kind of see the vision for Baptiste, and Baptiste hopefully put a couple of things to the side with him as Clay breaks free for another first down. Oh, tight end comes up with a snag. 5 first downs for the Arkansas State Red Wolves offense, and Baptiste is again marching on the Sun Belt team. He's hopeful to build on what he had last week. He knows that last week was filled with emotions for him, and defeat them marginally. There was no debate about who was coming out of there with the victory. As Sumter breaks loose. 2nd and 9 as the Red Wolves work their way out of their own end zone. Cobb is open yet again. Cobb's already got 3 catches for 91 yards on the day as the Red Wolves lead 7-0, and it's back to Cobb. Can he get in the end zone? Not quite yet. Fullback comes up with his catch, gets it, touchdown. Red Wolves find themselves back in their own end zone yet again. Last time they made the best of it, worked their way the length of the field to score. Let's see if they can do it again. As they come up with a sack there, and there's an injury that we're unsure of. Looks like it belongs to the South Alabama. At the end of last game, Baptiste was asked what made this offense click, and he just answered pretty candidly. He said that they believed in him, they bought in, and while they didn't get much going in the early part of the season, he's confident that going forward should be a much better offensive goal. And it's proven here today, as the running back can't come up with it. Making their way the length of the field on back-to-back drives here. And Summers comes up with a snag. Owens looks for Burries on the outside, beats the edge, gets it to him, and he's going to get in. Not quite. He's going to go right back to Clay. End zone comes. Clay's the man. Got 6 of them last week. Hasn't gotten one yet today. Clay got 6 of them last week, but hasn't gotten one yet today. He's going to try and punch it in here to get him one. And he can't get it. South Alabama comes up with a big-time stop. Cobb has gotten several touchdowns today. As motion comes, Baptiste gives it to Cobb. Can't quite get it. It's 4th and goal. Baptiste is electing to go for it on 4th and 2. Not abnormal to him and his style. And he's going to come up with it. Clay gets his first touchdown of the day. 1st and 10, about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Baptiste is up 21-3 as Clay just can't find a hole there. Back to the line. Owens getting ready for the throw. Can't quite get it. Held the ball a little bit too long. Owens does have the heat underneath him. He is playing really well today. Gets out for a run. Can't quite get it there as he's wrapped up. The defense is doing another phenomenal job as they've held South Alabama to just 3 points through this portion of the first half. A little motion, as we know. Can't quite get rid of it as he felt the pressure. Clay is also feeling the great start. Can't quite get the first down there. Clay. Oh, can't get quite over the defender. He just completely misses his opportunity to break loose. Owens back to the line. As time comes off the clock. Oh, good catch on the side. Can't quite get the first down. 3rd and inches. Motion coming. Cobb's going to get it on the sweep. Just get the first, but he gets more. He gets another touchdown on the day. Not too many things does Baptiste love more than a great offensive showing, and he's getting back-to-back weeks of that. After 70 points, he's got now 28 before the half is even over with, and he's back on offense again as the defense did let up a touchdown, but it's not really doing much to affect the chemistry on this side. Motion with Summers as Owens comes back to the line. Nobody's really open, and Owens is going to get sacked. 2nd and 14 as time continues to waste in the second quarter. The backup can't quite get that many yards as they were ready. Owens is back. They messed up the kickoff or handoff. 3rd and 5, Baptiste is electing to go for it. A little bit of a shocking move as the defense collapsed on him last time. The tight end seems to be open. He comes up with a big-time catch as the safety gets him down. QB calls the audible. Can't quite get it off yet. 5 seconds, 4. Flag there on the play. Full start on the offense. They're back 5 yards. Back to first down. And Cobby comes open on the left. Great catch. Big-time catch by the smaller receiver on a bigger defender. And Baptiste is going to go back to Clay. Going to try and push his way through. Gets the first down at least. Strong look by the defense as they definitely anticipate the run. But Baptiste is going to go through, and they lose a couple yards there. The offense is backed up just a little bit for Baptiste to feel comfortable passing it. As Owens gets out, looking for the receiver. Can't quite make it happen. Clock stops. As Baptiste looks for the tight end on the screen. Can't quite get it to where it needs to be. Back in their own end zone yet again. The Red Wolves have made this climb several times this evening as Owens gets out of the pocket and just overthrows the smaller receiver Cobb. Baptiste electing to throw yet again as motion comes. Looks for the receiver down the middle. Owens is a little bit ahead of him. No choice for the Arkansas State Red Wolves here as they have to pretty much look for the pass as the safety creeps up. Circles open right through the middle. Summers gets his chance to get the first down. And we're off. They're back in the hurry up now. Got to try and score one more time before the half. Summers breaks open on the right. Gets it to him. Great catch. Can't quite get out of bounds, so they're back in the hurry up yet again. Looking for Summers yet again. Can't quite get it there. Clock stops for the offense, though. Baptiste is going to utilize this to try a different route. See if Clay can break loose for a couple of yards. Pushes the D tackle down and gets a little bit of yardage as the clock continues to move. Baptiste is going to elect for a timeout. Red Wolves had 3 timeouts. No need to try to hurry up at that situation. Tight end comes open, thrown at his feet. Clock stops. 4th and 3, not quite to the, just over the 50, I should say. And Baptiste is going to elect to go for it. He knows that this is a situation where he can capitalize and really put them at a disadvantage. Summers breaks open on the side, gets his feet down and out of bounds. Owens is extremely clicking today with this offense, just as he was a week ago. As he looks for his receiver on the outside, comes up with a catch, can't quite get the touchdown. Baptiste is definitely going back to Clay. The defense sees it. All the defensive tackles they've got on the roster are basically in. Does it stop them? It does for now. Clock winds off. Baptiste did not elect for a timeout there. And he's going to try and pass it here. As the tight end comes open, gets the catch and a touchdown. That was exceptional clock management by Baptiste and the offense and Owens as they lead 38-10 coming out of the half. The offense still of South Alabama cannot get it going as Spencer starts to break loose, gets a couple more yards, the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown for Spencer. Back near their own end zone yet again, the Arkansas Red Wolves. And Baptiste is going to elect to Clay first play. Can't quite get to where it needs to be as he doesn't get the first down. There's an injury for South Alabama. Second and inches. It's going to Clay. Clay's got a wide open through the middle. Gets the first down and a little bit more. Baptiste is not watching any overthrown balls. Every time today there's been a mistake by Owens, he goes right back to Clay, who gets the first down this time. Burge is going to come through with the jet sweep here. See how much he can get as Clay comes up with a big time tackle. Screen play for the running back, Spencer. He gets it. More blocking ahead of him as he gets the first down. Fullbacks in the backfield. Running backs in the backfield. A little bit of motion. Cobb breaks open a little bit. Can't quite get it there. Back to the line as the clock stops here late in the third. Owens hits him on the run as Summers comes up with a snag through the contact. Owens is thrown for 400 yards today, 4 touchdowns, as it's been his day with the offense in the receiving. Full line look here for Baptiste's offense. Is he going to run? Is he going to pass? The defense may not know. Pass is open. The tight end comes up with it. Touchdown, Red Wolves, yet again today. Fans are sticking through. Students haven't quite left yet. Still a couple sticking around as Spencer gets the ball to get it up past the first down. Baptiste is just going to get this to the 4th. Doesn't want to do too much as Owens calls for the audible here. Gets a bomb down to Cobb. Is he going to come up with it? He does. Breaks past the bigger corner as he gets closer to a touchdown. 7 receptions, 172 yards for Cobb on the day as Owens lines up to give it to his running back. Clay can't quite get the ground he needs. Start of the 4th. Gives it to the running back. Can't quite get there. Lined up to give it to Clay again. Motion for Summers. Summers comes off the jet sweep. Can't quite get it. You know Baptiste is going to go for this. Not shy here in the opposing team's end zone. Obviously he wants to score, but he's not going to look. Burries is open on the side. Can't quite get the touchdown. Switches to South Alabama. The defense did let up another touchdown as the Red Wolves lead 52-17 here. And Summers comes up with it. Can't quite get it in his hands. What a turnaround for Baptiste's offense these last 2 games. Summers comes on the comeback route. Can't come up with it yet again. But there's something to say for how this offense has bounced back. They were looking scary there. But as soon as the calendar has flipped to their conference, it hasn't been too bad. They found a way to win in each of these games. Dominant. As Cobb jukes the defender out of the way, gets the first down and more. Burry's in motion on the outside. Run for the backup running back. Can't quite get more than a couple yards. Owens snaps it. Cobb is open. Gets a good catch and the first. 3rd and inches, actually, the refs have determined. But Baptiste has no problems with this. He's going to get it to Clay, who's going to get yet another first down. The Red Wolves offense have racked up first downs today. As he snaps yet again. Can't quite get it, gets a sack. Otherwise, Owens has done a pretty good job of handling the pressure. He's thrown it away a couple times, which hasn't led to any turnovers. As he gets sacked yet again. 4 sacks for the South Alabama defense today compared to the 1 for the Red Wolves. As a couple click off, Cobb is open. Not nearly enough for the first. The special teams coordinator came up with a long kick. The kicker did a great job kicking a 54-yard field goal to extend the Red Wolves' lead as the offense is back on the field yet again. Owens running away from pressure, gets sacked. 3rd and 16 near the Red Wolves' own end zone. The first time that they've struggled getting out of it. this game as Owens rolls out, loses the ball. They come up with it, and that's a safety. Just a bad showing for an otherwise good day for the Baptiste offense there in the last series. So to get a chance here, he's going to want to get rid of the clock as much as possible. Unfortunately, that didn't stop the clock a whole lot as a Red Wolf injury comes down, and Owens is now cold as he had a bad series before, as the offensive line comes up with a big-time pancake and the first down for Clay. Motion out of the side. Owens gets another chance to throw. The tight end breaks open. Great openness and gets the snag. Injury timeout for the South Alabama Jaguars causes the clock to stop. Baptiste needs to make sure that he wastes as much time as possible. At least has to get a score. Summers comes up with it, and he gets another touchdown. This Red Wolves offense is humming. There's not much these Sun Belt teams can do for him so far. 61-19. Maybe they'll get another chance on offense. Doesn't matter if they do. Baptiste gets another go-around. Still has his starters in as the second is about to hit the 2-minute warning. And that's a sack, and he loses hold of the ball. The offensive lineman comes up with it. Baptiste was a little nervous about that hit. He elected to get all his backups in at every position as Spencer here is going to get a chance to run it. Can't quite get into that hole. They could break loose. And while Crawford is listed as the backup quarterback, he's played pivotal moments to the team so far. Gotten a lot of snaps early. As he gets rid of it there, and the backup receiver can't come up with it. Yet another big-time W for the Arkansas State Red Wolves as Owens throws for 558 yards and 6 touchdowns. The run game was on point. Not much to call home about on the offensive side of the ball. Also, not much to call home about on the defensive side of the ball as both sides are clicking as they continue down this Sun Belt play. Trey Owens sets the Arkansas State single-game passing yards record in the game versus the South Alabama Jaguars. Baptiste comes up with his first commitment. Now, it's just verbally committed, but out of New Orleans, Louisiana, Baptiste gets his quarterback. Brian Hawkinson, 3-star, one of the guys he pursued early on. Baptiste is excited to see this pay through for his offense. He saw the historic week Owens had last week and decided this is the offense he wanted to be in. If Owens could do it, he thinks he can do a lot better. Baptiste picks up his second commitment, the wide receiver out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Terrence Daniels, somebody Baptiste really, really wanted, has the height, has the speed, and thinks that this could be the next dominant piece once Cobb graduates. Baptiste picks up his third commitment, 2-star running back Joel Cummings out of Brookhaven, Mississippi, also verbally committed. Baptiste likes this, thinks he can add depth. Chauncey Cobb wins Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week with 10 receptions, 205 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kind of surprised that it wasn't Trey Owens, but I guess he did have to throw those touchdowns to somebody. Cobb also earns National Offensive Player of the Week with his performance. We'll be back in a couple days with the next Sun Belt appearance as the Red Wolves are 3-3, 2-0 in conference, and head on the road to take care of another Sun Belt opponent. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to continue to see Julian Baptiste's story.